Welcome back to the Super Expander podcast, where your expansion goes beyond just a vision of what's possible for you in life and business. Your clear path is begging you to get grounded, stay focused, and massively move the needle forward without draining your tank. Let's move out of the overwhelm, remove the distractions, get unstuck, and stay consistently performing at your highest level. Here we go. Hello, Super Expanders. How are you doing? How are we feeling today? So excited to have you back here listening. And if you're new, I'm so excited for you tuning in for the first time. You are in for a treat because we're diving in. We're talking about this really exciting topic of HRV and why, as an entrepreneur, it's important to you. Why, as a high achiever, high performer, why it's important to pay attention to HRV. So in the last episode, I talked about what HRV actually is, but we're really going to start to connect the dots here today about why it's really important in performance and business in a different kind of way. So we already know, or I've already explained, that HRV is really, it's the space between your heartbeats, and it's an indicator of how well you're managing stress. So it's really important for anybody to really be paying attention, knowing this number and working to improve it, right? But as high achievers, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, you are under immense pressure dealing and managing with business ventures. And that means it's really important for you to be aware of how your body is responding to stress. And that's important because health is wealth, of course, right? But what you might really want to pay attention to, or what might grab your attention, is how it affects your performance and helps you control your emotions under pressure. Yes, when you are able to connect and control and manage stress, it helps you perform better under pressure, and it allows you to not respond in a highly emotionally charged way, which truly is to stay grounded and present and calm in the face of a tense situation. A deep conversation, a big sales transaction is really big. Or imagine being on a stage and getting up and getting ready to speak, how much of a superpower that is for you to be able to stay calm so that you can execute at the top of your skill level, right? You know, you are so good at what you do, and if we get nervous and we don't execute, then nobody gets to see your greatness. So when you start to gain control over what's happening in your body, you begin to gain control over your behaviors. And if that was ever a real life superpower, I don't know what is. I have a question for you. Have you joined the Super Expander free mentorship community? If not, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing right now and text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. Text the word mentor to 202-918-3235. I send out weekly tips and inspiration to help you grow your business, to step into your wealthiest, most highest self, to harness your full potential and live an exceptional and extraordinary life. And the best part is, it's really me sending those messages. So text me, say hello, and send me your questions. So a pressing issue caused by an overload of stress, and stress that's not managed well, is distracted thinking. So for example, when you find yourself anxiously thinking about numerous things, you find yourself overly focused on the way you feel, or you find yourself stuck on a particular thought, regardless of the issue. Distracted thinking makes it really hard to listen and to hold a conversation, and your ability to critically think impairs your results, and it impairs your actions, your thinking, obviously impairing your results. And as an entrepreneur, when you're faced with these real life situations every day where the stakes are big and clear thinking is really, really critical, demands such as making executive level decisions and big investments, where learning to control what's happening in your body, to control your behaviors and your performance and how you're interacting and how you execute on decisions, creates a tremendous impact. And it's absolutely remarkable what being able to regulate this piece of your system does for your achievements. So there's real power in understanding that when your autonomic nervous system gets hijacked during these stressful moments of pressure, or even just when you perceive a feeling of stress, it can bypass conscious critical thinking. And this is what you know to be fight or flight. So whether or not you are an entrepreneur, you know that your personal heart rate variability can be extremely beneficial for monitoring and maintaining physical and mental health. And now, you know, it impacts your performance over time. So we all experience stress every day in various forms and sources, including business, and being mindful of our body's response to these stresses is absolutely essential to prevent burnout, to stay focused, to sustain energy, and prevent other medical issues from developing. Burnout is amongst one of the top things that entrepreneurs, executives, CEOs suffer from because of the high stress, high demand environment of work and running a business and being able to show up and be a leader. But the thing is that stress actually, we don't want to remove it. The pressure of stress actually pushes us to perform. But what we want to do is to be able to transmute that stress, to harness it and make it something that doesn't impact us negatively, that actually begins to fuel us. And that's where HRV starts to come in. And we start to really learn how to use this tool and use this as a superpower to amplify creativity, to amplify performance, to be able to show up more impactfully, to execute at the top of your game. It's really just phenomenal what starts to happen. So we're just starting to bite off the tip of the iceberg here. So stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing a resource for training your HRV to create peak performance through tactical breathing, where you can actually train your HRV just like a race car with precision navigation. So imagine having the power and the ability to accelerate and decelerate your body's responses effortlessly and acutely, essentially creating a state for optimal performance on demand. I know this is hitting home for you, and I have the tools and the resources for you to be the CEO who moves the needle forward in under 4 hours a day. Click the link in the show notes to learn how.